Hi. So I've been thinking a lot lately about getting into sublimation. So I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos and Googling a lot of things on how to get started and what all I needed to get things moving. So Amazon Prime Day happened recently. I decided to take advantage of it and I bought my Epson 2760 printer, and I also bought my heat press. And a lot of everything else that I needed, like heat tape and the sublimation paper and the inks. But anyways, so since then I've been trying little things in here and there. The dollar store, the Dollar Tree and um, a Five Below have been a tremendous help. They have things, actually a lot of things there that you can sublimate. So I went and bought a bunch of stuff and just started, experimenting, trying to figure out, the settings on my heat press, how to use it, the pressure, all of these things, trying to kink all of those out before I move on to bigger and more expensive projects. But anyways, I have recorded some of those videos and I'm going to share them with you so that way maybe we can learn together or learn things from each other. All right, stay tuned. Oh my gosh, you guys, I cannot begin to tell you how excited I am that I finally got my heat press. And my Epson 2760 printer that I converted to sublimation printer. The possibilities are endless. Here's a cute little notebook I found at Dollar Tree for $5. The higher the content of polyester an item has, the more successful the ink will take. And sequins are 100% polyester, I believe. But I honestly have no idea. We're just gonna take a chance on this and see how it works out. I've never really been one that was into these types of sequined products, but I can see how, it's got a nice little sensory feel to it as you're flipping them over to either side. But this is a reversible sequin notebook, so that's kind of cool. This is a picture of me and my fiance, and I'll be using this image to put right in the center of the heart. Using heat-resistant tape, tape your image down to your notebook so that way it'll stay in place while you use your heat press. Also, some people use butcher paper, but I just bought parchment paper because it was already there at the dollar store. I laid a piece of it under the notebook, and I'm going to lay a piece of it on top of the notebook just so the ink won't bleed through and get on my heat press. You don't want that happening. I ended up pressing this at 400 degrees for about 45 seconds. Ooh, let's see how this turned out. This actually is not as hot as I thought it was gonna be. It is a little warm, but it's not so hot that I can't peel the backing off. Wow, that actually looks pretty nice. Well, not bad. You can see the image clearly, but I'm gonna turn the light off. Maybe that'll help take some of the glare off. Yeah, that's better. Looks pretty good. Let's test the sequin flip. Okay. So far, so good. That's actually kind of cool. Since I have those sequins flipped up over to the silver side, I'm going to go ahead and lay my other decals down. These are the decals I'm going to be putting on the top and bottom of the notebook. The top part says Melosif. That's a play on words. My name is Melody. My fiance's name is Joseph. That's how we came up with Melosif. And our tentative wedding date is November 5th of 2022. We haven't decided on a venue yet. So that's why I say tentative wedding date. And we're going to take it for another round of 400 degrees for 45 seconds. Let's see what happens. You really got to pay attention to your fonts and your images. Some of them, most of them, will need to be reversed or mirrored before you print them out, because if not, they'll end up printing out or being sublimated backwards. So just make sure you pay attention to that. My picture did not need to be mirrored because it looks good either way, but the text most definitely always needs to be mirrored or reversed. That looks really good. I really like how that turned out. I can't say enough about it. I really wasn't expecting it to come out this good. It looks really good. That would make a really cool personal gift for somebody for a birthday or just anything, really. It's a good gift idea. Alright, now let's take care of the back side of this notebook. I chose this decal. It says, "You're my favorite." I also flipped all the sequins to the silver part, you know, so the image will transfer better. I think it shows up better on like light colors, white, silver, beige, those kind of colors. It still shows up on dark colors, but it doesn't show up. The colors don't pop as well as it would if you're using light colors. All right, so we're going another round of 400 degrees for 45 seconds. Don't forget your parchment paper or butcher paper or whatever it is that you choose to use. You don't want to get ink on your heat press. Wow, that looks pretty awesome. And it wasn't even hard. I really like how this turned out. This is a really cute, but I do notice that the more times that I flip those sequins around, it tends to kind of shift the words in the picture around. I mean, they're totally still visible, but the sequins will never sit exactly, you know, how you started your project out. So it's gonna have a little distortion with all the movable sequin parts. It's still hella cute though. So this was a fun little experiment on a $5 notebook. I'm glad I took the chance on it, and I'm glad it turned out as well as it did. Hey, so that actually turned out better than I thought it would, but I would recommend one thing. If you're going to use text, I would recommend that you make the font big and blocky, because some of the text did get lost in the flipping of the sequins. It didn't lay down exactly the same way that I put it on, so it was the finer fonts got lost in the flipping of the sequins, so you can't tell what it says now, kind of, but not really. So I would suggest using a bigger, bolder font if you're going to use text. The picture kind of got lost anyway, got a little muddled from the flipping back and forth of the sequins, but it's still on there. It's holding on pretty well, and you can still tell that, you know, what the picture is. But anyways, thank you for watching, and I hope you try this little experiment. It was pretty cool. I like it. I would do it again. Hope everyone has a good day. Thanks for tuning in. Until next time.